and welcome to the feedback. This is the first feedback, day one. Let's start by talking about the games I have selected, as I told you, on the preparation that I did for the challenge. I selected games that Carlson has played with the repertoire I am practicing. So the idea was to understand how he approaches the formations and the ideas, the plans, and so on. So I can get, I not only learning a bit about the calculation he uses, but also for me to improve my understanding at the repertoire. The first game was interesting. I saw some new things. I made some notes. It's interesting how players at top level prepare the openings. They kind of understand everything. It's amazing, and I got into a line where the performance from the practical top players is very good, not the best at a certain point for stockfish. So I believe Magnus pays very attention of the practical aspect of the lines, and so it was very interesting. The line had also some combinations, some tactics on the theory aspect. So I believe they know that for from the preparation of the opening. But for me, were a novelty, and so it was interesting how I was not able to see them before I saw them, of course. And so yes, I think it helps on the calculation part. Also, there were some areas where one needs to make some decision. So I follow the game, of course, just one move at a time, and of course I did analyze it at the beginning without the engines. And so the first impression is yes, this is going to be useful for me. About the second area, I start to solve puzzles. I have selected the Woodpecker method. I have heard about it a lot. I never considered it uh, an interesting book before, but honestly, I never paid attention to it. And I am very surprised for the positive. Of course, I did a lot of research and special on comments about the books before selecting the ones I was going to use, so didn't advance to get the book before that. And besides, I'm using the book just to solve the puzzles, but I was also surprised to see that the first chapter, that it's kind of an introduction, was really interesting. So it turned on my curiosity to also read the first chapter, and to I think it's very well written, very interesting, very appealing, very enthusiastic. So I did made a good choice. I solved 8 exercises more or less, and I got them all right. But I am in the easy section. I think the easy section is really easy. At least I did not have any problem to solve them. But I don't think it's the easy for everyone. It depends on your experience. I don't think a beginner it's going to find it easier. So in that aspect, I believe maybe I can or I should go more ahead. But at first, I will try to start to keep the easy ones, kind of a warm up, and then I will see. But at the moment, okay, it's that. Then I move on for the studies. As I told you also, on the preparation, I have selected the Pervakov book. I don't know if I have it here. Let me show you here. Okay, this one, an introduction to chess endgame studies by Oleg Pervakov. He is the current world champion of chess composition, if I'm not mistaken, and the game studies, of course. And I got the first one very easy because I was also aware of the idea. The second one was an analytical study, which is harder, and I got some minutes over there. So I spent a lot of time there, but I was happy to find the correct solution. I'm very happy with that. The composer was Blundell, and I decided also to see if I had Blundell on my series, on my improving chess calculation series. And yes, I had one there. It's study 35, so I also solved that one. But I'm not counting that one to the total of the day. So for today, it was two studies tried and two studies solved correctly, which is I am happy with it. I don't expect to be that well along the challenge. Finally, what else? I also reviewed the study guide, the video study guide. So it's never bad to review that one. So we are more focused on the practice, on the solution. Then I move on for the book, the how to calculate chess tactics. And it was also interesting to see that it has a lot of good feedbacks. I expect it to help me on the practical aspect. At the moment, the first chapter, I think it's more theoretical. The second one, I am expecting to be really the one that I am going to start to get some efficient from the study. The first one is too theoretical. Sometimes was like discussing the sex of the angels, and so a bit boring. But this is also a more classical book, a more classical written book. The author knows what he's doing, and so I will keep working on it. This is more or less, and the author says that, an improved version from the Kotov book. So yes, I am happy with the selection. Then I went on to the measure part to solve puzzles on chess.com. I failed one on five, which is not that good. At total, I raised 3 skill points. Okay, it's the beginning. I'm expecting to improve along the challenge. That's the idea. And then I went to Puzzle Streak on Lichess.org, and I failed miserably on the 14th streak. I failed. And the idea that I got is we never can get distracted, and I got distracted. I was not only solving the puzzles, and because I assume they are easy, I was not so focused. I was more thinking on the formats of this video and the backgrounds and so on. And so suddenly I miss saw the correct line and failed almost at the beginning, which is what happens when sometimes we are playing and getting distracted in our heads with things that we shouldn't. So the challenge is to work everything, every area, not just the technical ones, also the mentally preparation and so on. So yes, it was a start. I don't expect to give you such detailed feedbacks always, but at least I get this register, and then we move on and we'll see. Okay, I see you in the next day. Hope you also are enjoy.